Hey, this is Victor Antonio with another Monday morning sales workout for sales managers. Now, I want to talk about verbal gifting. This is kind of like the art of starting a conversation or creating flow. Sometimes we want to get the customer to talk. So download the worksheet and let me kind of give you an idea of what I mean by this. If you just ask somebody questions, it sometimes seems like an interrogation, and there just doesn't seem to be this flow of information. Now, what happens when you just change the strategy just a little bit? Instead of asking for information, you first volunteer information. I call that the gifting part. I volunteer some information, then I ask a question, then I listen intently, and then I demonstrate understanding. Okay, let me walk through an example. Simple example I have here. Let's say a car salesman is trying to get somebody to open up, right? The salesperson could say something like this: Bob, I remember buying my first car. This is the salesperson talking now. I remember buying my first car 20 years ago. It was a Cutlass Supreme. Man, I love that car. What was your first car? And the other person's going to hear this and say, well, my first car. Immediately they're going to go, my first car was my grandmother's old beat-up wood panel station wagon, a real chick magnet for an 18-year-old. With a little sarcasm. Salesperson can say, so I take it a wood panel station wagon is not why you're here today. No. I want something luxury, whatever it may be. A little sense of humor. But by volunteering a personal piece of information, my first car was a Cutlass Supreme. That's a way of connecting, because you know the person you're talking to has had their first car also. So why not engage them? So with your sales team, what I want you to do is, talk through what they call this rule of reciprocity. If I give you something, I give you a piece of information, you'll feel impelled or compelled rather to give me something back. Like, in other words, I told you about my car, you feel the need to tell me about your car now. What can your salespeople do to kind of get a conversation going? What information can they verbally gift a client or a prospect to get them to kind of open up and have this dialogue? Have your salespeople give you ideas, and then maybe have a little roundtable discussion about what sort of conversation starters they use with this strategy. Also, give examples of verbal gifting, maybe something that you personally use as a manager. What do you use as a manager when you want to get somebody to open up? What are some conversation starters that you currently use? So again, one of the things we always want to do is build rapport with our customers or prospects. And the best way to do that is to volunteer personal information, hoping that the rule of reciprocity kicks in and they'll want to share a little bit of themselves with us. And we can now get the conversation flowing. This is Victor Antonio, always reminding you, selling ain't hard when you can start a conversation and you know how. Take care.